Hi, welcome to Tesla Dave, and on today's episode we're going to be doing a thing. I've always thought the screen in front of me being static is probably not the best when you're driving, so I've got an accessory, and hopefully today I'm going to use my DIY skills and change that. I'm not very good at DIY. I normally get a man in or a woman in or the wife to do it for me. However, I'm going to have a crack at it myself, so this is going to be a new challenge for me. So stay with me, see if we can manage to elevate the screen. And today you find myself in the kitchen. Now, there's one thing I'm very good at. I'm very good at organising teams at work. I'm very good at making connections, networking. Maybe some would say quite good at marketing. I'm not very good at shaving. I'm not very good at growing old gracefully. And one thing I'm really not good at is DIY or anything kind of mechanical. Anything using my hands, basically. When I was a kid, I just knew I didn't want to dig up roads, so I wanted a job in a nice warm office with paper clips, post-its, Tipp-Ex, and things like that. I wanted to use the photocopy machine back in the day. Anyway, so which is why I surprised myself, because I was looking at my Tesla the other day and thought, well, I've test drove the BYD on this channel. I like the way the screen kind of tilt. Whereas obviously the Tesla's infotainment screen is pretty static. So what I've done, I bought a thing, and it's in the box now in front of me. Let's unwrap it and see if a novice like me can do some DIY on my car and fit it, see how easy it is. So let's do this here on the channel. Okay, I get nervous as soon as I've got to do something, whether it's IKEA furniture or things like this. So the first hurdle is it's obviously been delivered possibly from China. It's got Chinese writing on it. So first thing is, got no nails, I need to get into the packaging. So let's get into the packaging. We have a knife. Let's be careful. Watching at home, make sure you have an adult present. So we have to get into it. Let's have a look, see what we've got inside the box. People like James May love all this sort of thing, and there's various YouTube videos of people unboxing things. To me, it bores the hell out of me. So I'm hoping I can make this interesting for you, the viewers, to watch by maybe speeding it up a bit. So there. So part one, we've managed to get the wrapping off. Then these boxes now. Aha! The box is now open. There we go. The box is open. Oh, unboxing. Oh, look, so now we've got lots of bits there, a bit of wrapping there. So let's just unwrap this, and through the magic of video editing, I'll lay it all out here so we can see what it looks like. So on the table we've got lots of little bits here. No idea what they're for, what that is. Some kind of screwy thing there, a piece of yellow plastic. No idea how this assembles, but what I do have is apparently a barcode there that gives me an instruction video on how to assemble it. So let's go and watch that video, and then let's go and take all these random bits of plastic and shove them in the car, and hopefully I'll be able to make the infotainment screen tilt. So let's go and give that a go. But first, let's watch this video together. And you can scream at me when I'm absolutely making a mess of this. But what I'm trying to prove, that even for a novice like me, these things are easy to do. So let's hope that's the case. So let's go and watch the video and watch me mess it up. So let's go for this. I've got all the bits down next to me. I've got the screen in front of me. How hard can this be? I've got a great instruction manual here, which shows me step-by-step guides. So pretty easy. It's a 12-step procedure, 12-step operation. Will I make or break this screen in front of me? Let's go. Set the clock. Let's see how quick we can do this through the magic of video. So that took about 40 minutes to do it. It's a little bit fiddly, but worthwhile doing, I can guarantee it. So the fiddly bit is getting the little wires back up and trying to get the plates underneath, and there's a lot of going underneath the unit there to try and screw in, and I'm quite a big guy, so it wasn't the most, and there's a gravel drive, so I'm putting my knees on gravel, but it was worthwhile. I'm quite impressed with myself there, and so what's my verdict? So, well, let's take it out for a little drive and see what we think. But for me, it just makes a bit more sense, because you're it's kind of tilted towards you. As you can see, you can tilt it left and right and there, but for me the angle is a lot better. It's a lot clearer, especially as we're reversing now. We're using the cameras. They just seem a bit closer to you and a bit more visual. It's more natural with the eye line to kind of look there, and it's pointed towards you rather than kind of to move your head like that to look at. And of course, as we move into the world of FSD, which we don't yet have in the UK, so as I sit, if I was to sit here sort of navigating and check the steering wheel, I can just clearly see the screen. I mean, let's just put it on. I know it's a joke, but let's put it on as FSD now. There you go, because we have FSD capabilities on this car. We just don't have the full FSD due to legislation. So there you go, we can sit there, look at the screen, hands off steering wheel, whatever. Well, I'm meant to do that, but there we go. But yeah, so it's a lot easier to sort of monitor what's going on there. I'll just turn that off now. So talking about FSD, well, some news just in. The UAE has taken on FSD, which of course is Dubai. That went live yesterday. So it's joined an ever increasing list of countries that are using FSD. So recently you've had obviously the Netherlands, Estonia, Lithuania, I can never say that with these teeth, from Turkey. And of course the rumour is that Belgium and Spain will be next. Any news from the UK? Well, not really yet, but they do tend to look at the laws from Europe and probably using data from that, but we're not even aware of any testing yet. But I imagine, because the UK government are pushing driverless cars somewhat, with Waymo now testing in London, and Uber and others, Wave, that it will be coming soon, but I can't imagine it's going to be until at least the end of the year here, possibly going into 2027 at the first quarter of. But anyway, that's what it's called. Yeah, I'm really impressed with this. Let me know what you think in the comments. I like the angle on it. I like the fact we can just turn it. It doesn't intrude on the passenger either, so I think it's all good actually. It's because you do see a lot of accessories on these YouTube channels and think, well, that's a bit pointless, isn't it? You know, but no, I'm liking that. It just enhances what we have here with the Tesla Model Y. But yeah, it's cool. I like that. And you probably get, I don't know whether you get less sun glare on it. I don't know. But let me know what you think in the comments. To the left is a great offer from the supplier of this for you, and the links I'll put below this video, and you'll be able to get that discount there and have a go at this. So tell me what you think. Is this is because a lot of some of the accessories you have, I sometimes think are a bit tacky or a bit pointless, but I think this is a very useful one. So let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll respond. But yeah, I'm liking this. just feels more natural, and it doesn't kind of impede on the passengers area either, so that's good. But there we go, that's today's episode. Now next week coming up, I've been out to Spain to try a BYD, this time the Seal U DM. These Chinese have such wonderful names, to see what that's like. It's basically a hybrid vehicle, but I was quite surprised at how economical it was. A bit larger than the Model Y, so that's coming up, and then also coming up shortly, we've got some more Tesla news, a roundup of all the latest news from Tesla. But very impressed with that, really am. So yeah, do click on the links, take a look at it, and we'll be back very soon here on Tesla Day. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and keep the channel going. We don't make money on this, it's purely a hobby. I'm not a professional YouTuber, as you can probably tell by the editing or the commentary. It's just from the heart, just because I love these vehicles. So that's great. So I'm enjoying the Model Y. I recently got rid of the Model 3 and changed it for an Alpine A110, which is a mid-size, well, a mid-engine small sports car, which I'm having a lot of fun with. Gone a bit analog because this is great technology, it's the future, but it was great just to sort of be a bit nostalgic and go back to an engine. So there's a video somewhere you can watch on that as well. But yeah, we'll keep pushing out Tesla content. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.